Sean Paul, the Jamaican dancehall superstar, has captivated the world with his infectious beats and high-energy performances for decades. But behind the glittering success and chart-topping hits lies a series of events that have tested him in ways few fans could imagine. From shocking incidents on video sets to chilling threats abroad, his journey has been far from smooth. How did these moments shape the man behind the music, and what really happened to him while he built the global empire? Join us in this video as we reveal the details. Sean Paul's story in music began long before the well-known problems that later followed his big hit with Beyoncé. His real breakthrough came in 2002 with Gimme the Light, followed by huge tracks like Get Busy and Like Glue. These songs reached the U.S. charts and opened the doors for him to cross over into the world of pop and hip-hop. By this time, Sean Paul was no longer just another artist in Jamaica. In 2003, Sean Paul's career reached an even higher level when he was asked to work with Beyoncé on the track Baby Boy. The song was massive. It stayed at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 9 weeks straight. It played in clubs, on radio, and across television. For Beyoncé, it was one of the early songs that helped launch her solo career. For Sean Paul, it was proof that dancehall could fit perfectly in mainstream music. The chemistry between the two on the track was clear, and fans quickly embraced the song. But while the single was doing well, something strange began to happen. Despite the success, Sean Paul and Beyoncé were rarely seen together. They performed the song live only 3 times. There were no interviews where they sat together, no behind-the-scenes videos, and very few public appearances as a pair. Rumors started to spread. People whispered that Jay-Z, Beyoncé's partner, did not like how close Sean Paul and Beyoncé looked on stage. It was said that he wanted Sean Paul to be kept away from her. Signs of interference soon appeared. At the Rock the Mic tour in 2003, Sean Paul joined Beyoncé in Los Angeles, but during the performance, his microphone was suddenly cut. The crowd could not hear him. At first, he thought it was just a technical mistake, but the same thing happened again at an MTV event in Scotland. They had rehearsed properly, but during the live show, his part never played. Instead, Beyoncé's lines looped again and again, leaving Sean Paul looking lost on stage. These events suggested that something more than simple technical problems was going on. The situation became even more embarrassing during the MTV Video Music Awards. Sean Paul expected to perform with Beyoncé, but he discovered during rehearsals that someone else was handling his part. Later, the label told him directly that he would not be performing. On the night of the show, he had to sit in the audience and watch as Beyoncé performed Baby Boy alone. People sitting near him asked why he was not on stage, but he had no answer to give. Later, Beyoncé spoke to Sean Paul in private. She admitted the rumors about the two of them had caused her stress. She asked him if he was spreading the stories. Sean Paul denied it and said that he had known Jay-Z even before meeting her. He explained that if Jay had a problem, he should come and talk directly. But by then, it was already too late. Her team, under Jay-Z's influence, decided there would be no more collaborations. Sean Paul was not the only artist who seemed to face problems after issues linked to Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Carrie Hilson's career slowed down after she was accused of making comments about Beyoncé in a remix. Foxy Brown, who once worked closely with Jay-Z, was pushed aside after their relationship soured. Even Rihanna faced difficulties in 2016 when her album Anti was leaked on Tidal just before Beyoncé launched Formation. Many in the industry saw these moments as part of a larger pattern of Jay-Z protecting his own brand and Beyoncé's image by quietly blocking others. For Sean Paul, the whole experience was painful. In later interviews, he admitted that what happened after Baby Boy was confusing. He felt erased from a song that was one of the biggest in his career. Still, he chose not to fight publicly. He knew how powerful Beyoncé and Jay-Z were in the music industry, and speaking out could have ended his career. Instead, he focused on moving forward. Many thought Sean Paul would fade away after the fallout, but he did the opposite. He turned his focus to international markets such as Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean. In these places, dancehall was still strong and Jay-Z's influence did not reach as far. He stayed away from drama, never attacked Beyoncé or Jay-Z, and built a long career based on positive vibes. If Sean Paul's personal life and industry challenges shaped how people saw him behind the scenes, then how did his early roots, deep love for music, and creative process help him rise into one of the world's biggest stars? Let's learn more. Sean Paul is one of those names that almost everyone has heard at some point. His voice is rare, his songs are amazing, and his music has reached people in nearly every part of the world. Over the years, he has sold more than 26 million records, which is a big number that shows how much people love what he does. When his voice comes on, it is instantly recognized. He has a way of making any type of song, regardless of who he is working with, sound bigger, stronger, and more alive. This is one of the many reasons why so many big artists want to sing with him. Whether it is pop, hip-hop, R&B, or dancehall, Sean Paul has been able to bring his style into the mix and create something that feels new and powerful. But while the world knows Sean Paul as a superstar, his story really begins in Jamaica. He grew up around Kingston, and his family background was very connected to sports. His mother and his aunt were both successful swimmers, even winning championships, and his grandfather had represented his country at the Commonwealth Games. With a family like that, it was natural for Sean to be drawn to athletics too. As a boy, he started swimming seriously, spending long training and dreaming of maybe one day competing at the Olympic level or stage. Swimming taught him a lot of lessons that were not just about the water. It showed him how to be disciplined, how to push himself when he was tired, and how to work with others toward a goal. These lessons would later help him in ways he did not even expect, especially when it came to surviving the ups and downs of the music industry. Even though swimming was a big part of his life growing up, Sean Paul also had another love growing inside him. From a very young age, he started writing down lyrics. Sometimes he would be sitting in the stands of a stadium while training or waiting for a race, and he would scribble words into a notebook. He was around 10 or 12 years old when this habit really began, and at that time, he was starting to feel how strongly music pulled at him. The sounds of dancehall and hip-hop were filling the air in Jamaica, and Sean felt connected to them in a way that went beyond just listening. He wanted to create. His mother noticed that he had a special energy and a natural way of expressing himself. Swimming gave him structure, but music gave him freedom. Over time, that freedom began to mean more to him, and he started moving closer to music as his true path. The journey from that boy writing in notebooks to the man hosting shows for thousands across the world was not easy, but it showed how both skill and discipline work together. Sean himself has always said that his background in swimming helped him with strength, with keeping calm under pressure, and with building a strong mindset. These qualities became useful whenever he had to stand on stage and give his all to a crowd. At the same time, his creative process in music was not about waiting for perfect conditions. Sean has said many times that inspiration can strike anywhere. He has written in small spaces, in cars, or even in noisy places where most people would find it impossible to focus. For him, once the idea is flowing, nothing can stop it. In the studio, his creativity often shines in how he works with beats. That raw energy made the songs feel real, honest, and alive. But he also had producers like Tony Kelly who pushed him to brush up and upgrade to make sure that the final song was strong enough to reach an audience all over the world. Sean Paul's story is one of growth and focus. His success around the world is built on more than just catchy songs. After more than 20 years, he is not only still relevant, but also respected as one of the most influential voices in modern music. As Sean Paul's fame was rising, what sudden event hinted at how tragedy could interrupt success? Let's delve deeper. In the year 2002, while Sean Paul was building his place in the music industry and starting to rise toward worldwide fame, something shocking happened that brought fear and sadness to one of his biggest early moments. Sean Paul, the Jamaican dancehall artist, known for his powerful voice and catchy rhythms, was filming the video for his hit single, Get Busy, in the Toronto area of Canada. At that time, he was already celebrating the huge success of his song, Gimme the Light, which was climbing the Billboard Hot 100 chart and had reached the top 10. Everything seemed to be going his way. But during the video shoot, what should have been filled with joy of music turned into a sad event that would leave its mark not only on those who were there, but also on Sean Paul's career. On that evening, December 9, 2002, Sean Paul and his team were making parts for the Get Busy video. The project was directed by the well-known music video director Little X, and the set had been designed to reflect the energy of Sean Paul's music. Around 70 people were part of the filming, including crew members, extras, and performers. Expensive cars like Cadillacs and Mercedes SUVs were also used, giving the expensive look that matched the feel of the rising star's new hit. Everything was in place for a video that would help push Sean Paul further into the global spotlight. But at around 8:30 p.m., the sound of gunfire shattered the atmosphere. According to reports from local newspapers and television, a 21-year-old man named Ramesh Christie was shot outside the house being used as part of the video set. Witnesses later said that Christie had just arrived in a white Range Rover when the shooting began. He was struck in the stomach while still inside the vehicle, and then shot again after stepping out. The gunman, along with another person, fled the scene in a black Mercedes SUV. Christie was rushed to Etobicoke General Hospital, but sadly, he was dead shortly afterward. The harsh act shocked everyone on set and raised many questions about how something so sad could take place during a music video shoot. One crew member, who did not want to be named, said that everyone inside was busy with the filming when the sound of gunshots rang out. At first, some people thought it might be part of the production. Even nearby neighbors believed the police cars arriving on the scene were part of the video shoot, since the production already involved luxury vehicles and dramatic setups. But it quickly became clear that this was no staged scene. It was real violence. Several bullet casings were found near Christie's white Range Rover, which was later examined by the York Regional Police. Sean Paul himself did not witness the shooting directly, but when he heard what had happened, he was deeply shaken. In a statement released after the event, he expressed sorrow for the victim and his family. The Get Busy video eventually became a major hit and helped push Sean Paul even further into international fame. But the shooting that happened during its production lingered in public memory. For a time, the story followed him in the media. Some industry figures quietly worried about how the violence might affect Sean Paul's image, since the entertainment world often links artists to the events around them, even if they are not at fault. Although Sean Paul was not part of the shooting in any way, and police made it clear the victim was not part of the set, the headlines still caused a feeling of sadness. This situation affected Sean Paul's career a little bit, especially in the short term. While his music kept climbing the charts and won fans all over the world, the link with a fatal shooting at one of his video shoots brought lots of attention. For some, it raised questions about safety on music video sets and the dangers that can come with fame. For Sean Paul himself, it was a reminder that even times of celebration can be cut by tragedy. In the end, the shooting in 2002 became part of the story of Sean Paul's rise to world success. It was a dark time in a bright career, and even though it affected him, it did not stop his shine. How did Sean Paul manage threats and struggles beyond his music, especially when his safety was at risk during international performances? Stay tuned for more. In 2014, Sean Paul, the Jamaican singer and dancehall star, faced a serious threat that added tension to his career. A video appeared online warning him not to perform at a New Year's Eve concert in the Maldives. In the clip, a cloaked figure held cards with messages that were extremely threatening. The cards said that if Sean Paul visited the Maldives, he would be shown burned and bloodied, dead. The video included a logo claiming affiliation with a group of Maldivian jihadis with connections to Syria. The threats referred to Sean Paul, whose full name is Sean Paul Ryan Francis Henriquez, as a major disbeliever and criticized his participation in what the video called a celebration of year-end 2014. According to the Minivan News, Sean Paul had been invited to perform by the Maldives Government Tourism Department. The concert was set to be free and was scheduled to take place in Male, the capital, at Hendaru Rahulu Gandu Surf Point Arena. Sean Paul was already known all over the world for his dancehall style and global hits, so the event was meant to bring in a large audience. Reports hinted that up to 15,000 people could attend, and local artists were also meant to perform in support. After the threat came up, the government's reply was mixed. Tourism Minister Ahmed Adib posted on social media that the concert would continue as planned, showing support for the event. At the same time, the Islamic Affairs Minister, Dr. Mohammed Shahim Ali Saeed, said that the threat itself and the planned show were not accepted. This caused issues and worries about the singer's safety and the likely reaction from serious factors in the Maldives. The Maldives is an island nation in the Indian Ocean, made up of over 1,000 atolls. It is known for its expensive resorts and honeymoon places, and tourism is a major part of its economy, making for about 30% of GDP. In 2013, the country welcomed tens of thousands of tourists from the UK, China, and other parts of East Asia. While tourism excels, worries about growing issues and external factors' power in the country had been rising. The threat against Sean Paul showed these issues as extremist groups increasingly used online platforms to issue warnings and make political statements. The video carried the logo of Bilad al-Sham Media, or BASM, a group claiming to consist of Maldivian jihadis operating both in Syria and the Maldives. This group had reported the deaths of several Maldivians in Syria and had previously used online media to mock the police's inability to locate its members. The threat in the video stated that all Muslims should engage in jihad and that disbelievers like Sean Paul deserved death. A Twitter account claiming to represent BASM denied any involvement, saying their media had nothing to do with the video. At the time, Sean Paul or his management did not make an official statement regarding the threat. His official website continued to list the New Year's Eve concert in Male as scheduled, giving the appearance that the show would proceed despite the danger. The online message criticized Western celebrations like New Year and Valentine's Day, calling them destructive influences in Maldivian society. While the show was still planned to feature local artists and was meant to draw a large crowd, the death threat had a chilling effect on Sean Paul's career in that period. It showed the real risks singers face when hosting shows all over the world, especially in areas where religion and its movements were gaining attention. For Sean Paul, this situation added to a lot of issues he faced throughout his career, including earlier events like the 2002 Toronto shooting and later issues involving performance sabotage and industry politics. Even though he did not publicly cancel the show, the warning added to serious safety worries and a careful approach for future global performances, leaving a mark on his career at that time. Beyond his amazing hits and global fame, what does Sean Paul's life look like outside fame, and how does he balance luxury, family, and giving back? Let's take a closer look. Sean Paul, the world-famous Jamaican dancehall artist, is known not just for his music, but also for the rich and stylish life he has built over many years. Sean Paul lives in Jay Hill, one of the most popular areas in Kingston, Jamaica. His home shows a mix of the latest in Spanish old style, mixing beauty and comfort. The main house has 4 big bedrooms and 4 styled bathrooms, making it perfect for relaxing and chilling. Inside, it is made of hand-painted Mexican tiles and a well-chosen furniture that gives the house a warm and styled feel. The property is fully gated to keep it private and safe. There is a separate caretaker's house and storage, making the home practical as well as expensive. Outside, a resort-style area with a fully designed kitchen, a Spanish backyard with a fountain, and an outdoor shower provide the perfect space for parties, chilling, and enjoying Jamaica's natural beauty. Sean Paul also loves luxury cars. His collection includes a Mercedes Maybach S680, a high-powered luxury sedan, a Mercedes AMG G63 SUV, a Chrysler 300, and an old 1954 Cadillac Eldorado. Each car is chosen for its style, role, and comfort. This car collection is not just about showing riches, it shows his taste, love for engineering, and appreciation of design. Regardless of his rich lifestyle, Sean Paul is also known for giving back. In 2016, he donated $1 million Jamaican dollars to Beaumonte Hospital for Children, Jamaica's only hospital just for kids. The donation helped provide important medical care to many children. During the COVID-19 pandemic, he created the Sean Paul Foundation. This group helped families in need by giving food and supplies, and it also helped schools by providing tablets for students to keep learning online. His charity work shows he wants to make a real change in people's lives, focusing on health, education, and community support. Sean Paul's personal life has had both sadness and joy. As a teen, he lost his first love, Nicole Winter, who died at just 17 from a brain tumor. He honored her memory in his song, Never Going to Be the Same Again, which included her photo in the music video. Later, he found happiness with Jody Stewart, a Jamaican TV presenter. They married in 2012 and have built a strong life together. The couple has 2 children, born in 2017 and 2019, who bring joy and balance to their lives. His family is at the highest point of his world, giving him love and support while he keeps on making his busy music career. In the end, Sean Paul's life is a mix of style, giving, and family love. From his rich home and car collection to his charity work and strong family ties, he shows that success is not just about fame or money. His music, lifestyle, and giving heart together make him an example of someone who enjoys life, helps others, and stays connected to what matters most. What do you think about the legacy of Sean Paul? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the next video shown on your screen to catch up on your favorite celebrity stories. See you there.